Hello everyone, and back with a new lesson today. Forest our lifeline. Forests are a habitat of many kinds of animals. Forests provide favorable environmental conditions, food and shelter to a variety of wild animals, insects, and microorganisms. The trees of the forests act as their shelter, while a variety of plants and animals are their food. Forests are a home to a variety of insects and microorganisms because the soil of the forest is highly fertile and therefore it provides favorable living conditions such as water and nutrients to these organisms. Forests also support different food chains because of a complex biodiversity in the forest. Different organisms present on the earth are dependent on each other. For instance, herbivores feed on the plants and carnivores depends upon the herbivores. This chain of organisms being dependent on each other for their food is called a food chain. For example, grass is eaten by insects, which in turn is taken by the frog. The frog is consumed by snakes. This is said to form a food chain. Many food chains can be found in the forest. All food chains are linked. If any one food chain is disturbed, it affects other food chains. Dear students, what is humus? It is a dark colored substance found in the soil. Humus is made from dead and decaying organisms. The microorganisms live upon the decaying matter and convert it to humus. Who are decomposers? Animals that feed on dead and decaying plants and animals and convert them into humus are called decomposers. How nutrients are recycled in the forest? The nutrients present in the soil are used by plants, insects, and microorganisms. When they die, their remains are turned into organic matter by the decomposers. This keeps the soil fertile in the forest and recycles the nutrients. Why forests are called greenlands? We know that plants take up carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Hence, the plants in the forest provide oxygen to the animals, and their animals provide carbon dioxide to the plants. In this way, a balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide is maintained in the atmosphere in forest. This is a reason why forests are called greenlands. Do people live in the forest? Yes, people from different tribes live in forest. These people are depend upon the forest for food, water, shelter and medicines. Why forests are called a dynamic living entity? All the organisms, whether they are plants or animals, depend on each other and help each other to survive in the forest. Herbivores are depend on the plants for their food. The carnivores are depend on the herbivores. The decaying matter of dead animals, plants and their excreta enables the growth of more plants by providing them with the adequate nutrients to grow. The decomposers decay the dead matter in the forest and support the growth of plants. Hence, forests are called dynamic living entity. How forests prevent flood and soil erosion. Forests act as a natural absorber and allow the rainwater to seep into the earth. As a result, the water table of the area near the forest is high. The forests control the flow of water and prevent floods. This is because the plants and trees prevent the rainwater from directly flowing away. In this way, forests allow a regulated supply of water to the nearby streams. Also, the roots of the plants bind the soil and prevent heavy rainfall always from flowing it away. Hence, they also prevent soil erosion. How forests prevent pollution? Firstly, forests are a rich source of oxygen. Hence, the air in and around the forest is always fresh and clean. Forests prevent strong winds or dust storm from flowing in the area. The areas surrounding the forest generally have a cool climate and receive a good amount of rainfall. How forests preserve the water cycle? We know that plants get rid of an excess of water through the process of transpiration. In this process, the water is released as water vapor in the atmosphere. This water vapor condenses and forms clouds which lead to increased rainfalls in the area. This rainwater gets into the ground and increases the underground water levels. Hence, forests preserve the water cycle. Then, what is deforestation? Demolishing the forest on the large scale is called deforestation. Human beings undergo this process in order to find more space for extending their habitats. However, this leads to several ill effects such as many animals and plants lose their natural habitat, being unable to find a suitable environment to live. They may die or become extinct. Eventually, hence, the deforestation results in loss of biodiversity. It will lead to changes in the climate. Without any trees, the water cycle gets disturbed and the soil dries out. It will lead to increased air pollution, as trees are the ones that can absorb greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and increase the oxygen content in the atmosphere. It can lead to increased floods, as the trees will no longer be there to regulate as a steady flow of water.
Forest is a large geographical area of land where we can find many plants and animals. Total forest area is about 30% of the total land area on earth. It is a precious gift given by nature to us. In this video, we will learn more about forest. Let's talk about the structure of forest. The forest floor is generally covered with decaying plant parts like leaves, branches, and stem, animal excreta, plants such as creepers, climbers, moss, and growing plants. There are many microorganisms present in this part which helps to decompose the waste material so as to form nutrient-rich dark-colored material called humus. Thus, plants help in recycling of the nutrients. There are different kinds of plants which varies based on size, shape, flowers and fruits. The vegetation is arranged in different layers. The top part of a giant tall tree formed by its branches is called as crown. Different trees can have crown of different sizes and shapes. The crown of these trees form the topmost layer of the forest called as canopy. In a dense forest, the canopy appears as the roof of the forest. Like the topmost layer, the immature trees and the plants of similar size form understories. Herb and shrub form their own layer. Each layer provides habitat for different kinds of organisms. For example, monkeys and birds live on canopy, while the animals such as elephant, lion, tiger, deer live on the floor in the deeper forest. Remember that we cannot find similar plants and animals in different forests. This is because the climatic conditions favorable for different plants and animals is different. Forests are self-sustaining systems. It means that every part of the forest depends on other parts. Say for example, the plants produce food by the process of photosynthesis. This food is used directly by herbivores, that is, animals which feed only on plants. These animals are prey for carnivores. In such a way, there is a formation of food chain in the forest. The plant parts, animal excreta, and the dead animals are complex substances. These are decomposed by decomposers into simple nutrients. In this way, soil becomes rich with nutrients. These nutrients are again used by plants to prepare food. During preparation of food, plants use carbon dioxide released by animals. In turn, they give back oxygen, which is essential for animals. Plants also hold soil at a place. This prevents flow of fertile layer of soil along with water, which we call soil erosion. Soil in turn offers nutrients and support to the plant. Roots of the plant absorb water from the soil. Through transpiration, this water gets converted into vapors. Vapors travel up in the sky, forms cloud, and bring water back on earth in the form of rain. The rainwater gets collected in ponds and become available for everyone in the forest. Animals transfer seeds of plants to different places, helping the forest to spread. Soil gives shelter to various organisms like earthworm and other microorganisms. They help in loosening the soil. It helps the roots to breathe and allow water to pass, preventing waterlogging. So all parts in the forest are interrelated. If there is disturbance to any one part, it affects all parts. Say for example, if large number of trees are cut for construction, then the food production will be less, habitat will be disturbed, soil erosion may take place. There will be imbalance in oxygen and carbon dioxide level, as well as imbalance in the nutrients. Thus, forests are the living systems in themselves. Thanks for watching this video. Have a look at range of courses available in variety.
I hope you have understood the topic very well. Thanks for watching this video.